Good morning. I'm Carrie Ann Nadeau, the founder and CEO of Open Data Nation. We're a DC-based benefit corporation, obviously a women-owned business as well. And we're here to predict the greatest risks of your life. Every day, millions of Americans take to the road. They get in their cars to go to work, they put their kids on a bus, they may bike, or they may walk to work as well. 96 people every single day in the United States don't come home because they are the victim of a traffic crash. Just in the short time that I've been in Aruba, that's almost 300 people in the United States that have died. And annually, it's the equivalent of about 211 Boeing 727s dropping out of the sky and killing everyone on board. It's incredible. Here in Aruba, there's about 10,000 crashes a year, putting its crash rate at about 20 times that of Holland. So what's Open Data Nation doing about it? We developed a technology called Hopper. We ingest, very uniquely, unlike any other company, disaggregated and disorganized public records. Things like police reports that document traffic crashes, construction sites, permit requests, inspection results, weather data. We ingest it into our technology Hopper, output aggregated and organized API feeds, as well as predictions of where a traffic crash is likely to happen in real time. Every single road segment gets a score from 0 to 100, and it's output on a beautiful map that allows you to filter and sort. How our clients are using this. First, we worked with city customers. They're using this insight to prioritize the delivery of public services more effectively and more efficiently. So they're doing targeted education, enforcement, and outreach efforts. This past year, we worked with Microsoft as a partner who funded our research and development in a 26-city paid pilot, working with cities from Anchorage, Alaska to Miami, Florida, to make sure the concept is scalable and replicable. We're now upselling about 20% of those customers, and because of our success, Microsoft has signed us as a co-selling partner and puts our names on RFPs and applications now as a partner. The contract value of this client in particular, if we capture a modest amount of the market, is about $3 to $4 million. So what we'd like to do is actually go more aggressively after a bigger, much bigger market opportunity, the $283 billion insurance industry. We essentially repurpose the risk models we've built and validated with our city government clients to insurance carriers. We turned in the last year an unpaid pilot now into 4. It says 2, but it's turned into 4 since the time I submitted the slides. 4 paid pilots with contract values about $850,000. We've signed a formal sales partnership with Esri, which is a mapping software that both the city clients and our insurance carriers use, so that it can technically integrate, can layer on this as a new map with a click of a button, but also to do payment integration, which accelerates our sales cycle and lowers the barriers to procurement. Our insurance clients use this for 3 reasons. First, they're going to replace questions on the application questionnaire with the raw data that we've compiled for them. So things like, where's the nearest fire hydrant in case of a fire? We'll be able to pre-fill that application question with a hyper-accurate value. The second way is to engage their current clients with new content. If there's crime spiking in the neighborhood nearby, we'll be able to let them know to be on the lookout for burglary and theft. This will also help them engage potential new clients that they're not yet policyholders. And last but not least, most importantly, they're using our predictions in their underwriting models to price new policies and to offer unique discounts that supplement the good driver discount. My team, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about my story, actually. I'm Carrie Ann Nadeau, and I founded the company after I spent about 10 years in the industry at the Brookings Institution and getting a graduate degree at MIT. I was compelled to start this company because I found out that a man was getting paid $20,000 more a year than I was. I'm running out of time, but I did want to mention, we'll make $1 million next year. Thank you.
Judges, any questions?
Thank you for that presentation, and I loved your compelling reason. I'm sure every woman in the room was like, yes, girl, I've been there. So you provided us a great presentation in helping us to understand where you're getting the information from, what's the problem and what's the solution. And you provided some feedback in terms of your expected revenue goals and income.
Great.
Let's talk more about your expenses, your expense side. What does that look like, and how are you managing that as you uptick in terms of your business model?
Great question. So our team is about 9 people right now. We scale out when we do the research and development portion of our development. Once we build 5 models, we essentially have a methodology that we can adapt and scale with high levels of gross margin. So after our research and development are done, we're at about an 80% gross margin on all of our contracts. Our research and development, however, to date has been funded by Microsoft so that we don't have to incur those costs because they see us as a valuable partner going forward in the future of smart cities.
Do they see you as a valuable acquisition?
Maybe that too.
Congratulations on your wonderful presentation as well.
Thank you.
I would like to ask you a little bit about your competition profiling. Have you taken a look of who your competitors are and how you stand next to them?
Yes, absolutely. I can say that the competitive landscape is pretty bearish. There's not a lot of competition for us in this market. And that's why we're seeing kind of very eager partners in Microsoft and Esri and other cloud service providers going after us to put our technology on their platform. One big competitor that we see is called Verisk. They sell data solutions to the insurance industry. Right now, their most comparable product is a LiDAR detection system that looks at the roofs of homes and estimates into the future when that roof will need to be replaced. So they're pretty different products.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is this a particular field that you're attacking? Do you see other applications for the same type of data processing that you're already looking into the horizon?
Thank you for that question. Yeah, it's the slide that I didn't get to, so perfect. In the coming year, we'll most likely raise a seed round to go into 3 new market segments and just repurpose our technology for these different markets. We'll need to hire salespeople that have specific expertise in them. The first is ride sharing. We can introduce some of the raw data so that Lyft, Uber doesn't drop you off in a bus stop or an unsafe intersection. The second is shipping fleets who want to use this to route their vehicles around unsafe intersections. That way they lower their own costs and their insurance costs and liabilities. And the third one is the telematics industry. So these are the devices that go into autonomous vehicles that are sensing things like stop signs. Well, when there's a hurricane, the stop sign might not be where it's supposed to be. So they're using our data to validate.
Out of time, sorry. You can give it to the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.